I smoked for 35 years. Smoking was really ingrained in me. I mean, that was just such a huge part of my life. And I was tired of it. I was tired of fighting it, fighting nicotine every day. There wasn't a day when I was smoking, and this went on for a while, there wasn't a day that didn't go by that I thought, is it going to be too late? Is something going to happen? I mean, I know I need to put these things down. I was smoked for 35 years. So even at 30 years, even 5 years ago, I knew I was already well past when I should have quit. Not a day, not a cigarette would go by that I didn't think, is something going to happen? Is it going to be too late? And then, I would play that game in my head. Boy, yeah, I do need to stop. Boy, I do. And then even my friends or some people would say, you're really, I know, I should stop. But those words are so weak. They're just so weak. And I knew it. I knew they were weak. And then I would always avoid that topic about quitting smoking when I was smoking. I would avoid that topic like nobody's business. All the stuff that is bad for you and the smell is bad, and even though you know all these things, you still will continue to smoke because it's such a strong addiction. It's such a strong addiction. Even with having the kids, I remember so many people saying to me, one guy at work, a really nice guy, he'd say it to me, if not for you, if you're not going to quit for yourself, quit for your kids, quit for your wife. Cigarette smoking, the addiction is so strong that even when people say that to you, if you're not going to do it for yourself, at least do it for your kids. And we all love our kids. We would all die for our kids, so to speak. That even when somebody's saying that to you, if not for yourself, at least do it for your kids, and you still continue to smoke, I'd say that's a pretty strong addiction. Every day, every cigarette, the thought would go through my head of I'm going to get cancer. I mean, that was my big thing. You get cancer affiliated with cigarettes, tobacco. I don't care what kind of cancer it might be. It could have been brain cancer for all I matter. But the bottom line was it would scare me. And I'm just saying this and being truthful, because even if it was just this fleeting thought, it was in my head every cigarette that if I keep doing this, I'm gonna eventually get cancer. Now that I've gotten older and even know that it's more heart disease than anything, I started worrying about that. And then I even, and I could feel it sometimes. I'd get up in the morning and it'd feel like I'd have that anvil on my chest. I'd have somebody sitting on my chest. I'd feel that every morning. When I would take the dog for a walk, and I would never say nothing to nobody. The way I felt physically, when I was cigarette smoking, I would never say nothing to anybody. I wouldn't tell them that, it feels like somebody's sitting on my chest. Or taking the dog for a walk. Halfway through the walk, I'm getting this tightness in my chest. I wouldn't tell people that. I wouldn't tell my wife that, not my kids, nobody. I'd hide the physical effects. Even with getting that tightness in my chest when I'd be walking the dog, I had my routine. Halfway through the walk, I'm feeling that in my chest, I'd light a cigarette. And I'd be smoking a cigarette, walking the dog, having this little bit of tightness in my chest. At some points, some days were worse than others. Sometimes I felt a little uncomfortable. And I'd still be smoking my cigarette. Still be smoking the cigarette. And even feeling that way and knowing all this stuff, I would still be smoking that cigarette. So if you want to talk about nicotine having a hold on somebody, very hardcore hold, and I was a hardcore smoker. I mean, I didn't do really nothing without cigarettes. And here I am, smoke-free now, feeling fantastic. I'm going to win this battle. I am. I don't smoke. I say that. I always keep saying that I don't smoke. I sort of like get that in my head that I'm a non-smoker. I don't smoke. For me to say that, like I said, sometimes I still like, wow, it's like, because we're talking 35 years. You do something for 35 years and then finally you're not doing it no more. It sort of like sets you back a little bit. Like, wow, You know, it's like, it's cool. Yeah, you know, I look at these commercials sometimes, you see, if I can do it, you can do it. Well, you know what? I'm here to tell you, if I can do it, I honestly don't care who you are and how much you smoke and for how long, you can do it.